Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon, everybody. Uh, my name is Yusril Saputra. I am from English Education Class C 2017 in West Sulawesi University. Well, in this time, we are going to present about gerund and present participle. What is gerund? As we know, gerund is a verb which added suffix ing and function as a noun. For example, like swimming, cooking, dancing, singing, and etc. If you see, we can see the gerund is similar with present participle. That's right. Yeah. So how to distinguish both the difference between gerund and present participle? Well, let me gerund and present participle have identical forms because they are both form from verbs and ending in, but however they have a different uses. Gerund functions like a noun. It can do everything that noun does, while participle on the other hand functions like an adjective and verb. It is mostly used to modify nouns, and it is also used to make a continuous tense. And so it's clear what is the difference between gerund and present participle. Gerund is a function as a noun, and present participle function as a verb and adjective. To be more understandable, I will give an example in a sentence. For the first, gerund function as a noun. Because the function is a noun, gerund can occupy a position in a subject of verb, object of certain verb, object of preposition, and subject complement or object complement. For example, subject of verb, like swimming is my hobby. Swimming is my hobby. This example of subject of verb. And then example of subject object of complement. For example, my hobby is swimming. And then present participle function as verb and adjective. Function as a verb. For example, a function is a verb. Present participle occupied after auxiliary verb or to be. For example, she is drinking coffee. She is drinking coffee. And a function as an adjective. Present participle occupied in the front of noun as an attribute adjective. For example, she is annoying boy. She is annoying boy. He is annoying boy. Like this. Then the difference modifier. Gerund and present participle have a difference modifier. For the first gerund, the modifier gerund is or the characteristics to how to distinguish a gerund and present participle. We can see from the characteristic. It is modifier, the modifier of them. Gerund, the modifier of gerund is possessive adjective, like my, your, their, his, her, its, and etc. While the modifier in present participle is adverb of degree, like so, extremely, very, and also more and most. Well, and then about the modifier of gerund and present participle. The modifier gerund is a possessive adjective, so the modifier can occupy it in the form of gerund. For example, this is my writing. This is Yusril's writing, and so on. This is a possessive noun. And then present participle. The modifier is adverb of degree, like so, extremely, very, and so on. And also can more and most. The modifier can occupy a form of present participle, and maybe example like this. This is story. This story very interesting. This story very interesting. Interesting is present participle, and the modifier is very in the form of present, in the form of interesting. The word of very, the modifier, and also this is the story, the most interesting story. This is the most interesting story. So I think it's clear. All of you can define the difference between gerund and present participle. I hope so. I think that's all for me. So thanks for attention, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.